Alright, I got this meat slicer here off of that Jungle website, and I took it out of the box. There's a little assembly required. You got to put this shield on, this handle here, this on here, this whole arm basically. This comes off for cleaning. You can just turn this knob and this whole little table will come off of here. But I ran into a problem as soon as I started. I should have recorded this, but see how it glides real nice. I was having a problem where it was bump, 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 bump. It was like wouldn't glide and smooth. It always bumps in it, and the table was jumping up and down. So I took the bottom off, which is that cover right there. And then when you take that cover off, you got 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3, right there. And then you unscrew these feet also. They hold the corners on. See right there. And you can make an adjustment to this here. This little wheel is on an eccentric, so that kind of gives you how much slack you got. See this amount of slack in there? So that's gonna kind of affect your cutting. Try to get that, I think it's try to get as tight as you can without binding up. But the problem I was having was with this metal bar right here. You can take this out with that screw there, this screw here, and there's a wheel here, and there's a wheel on the back that rides on the back of the rail. I don't know if you can see it where my finger is right there. There's a bigger wheel that rides on the back of this bar here. Okay, so it rides there, and that's basically what, when this slides back and forth, it's gliding on that wheel, and it's gliding on this bar here. And that bar had a bunch of metal shaving buildup, I'll say. It's like ground pieces of metal, which I think I already cleaned most of it up. Here's some metal shavings. There's a little bit of the metal shavings that came out of here, right there. So these metal shavings. So those metal shaving, they greased this up, but then the metal shavings were all on top of that, on the back here, behind there. And when the wheel would roll across that, it would kind of bumping up and down. So I took that out, cleaned it real good, got all the shavings out of here. This also was not oiled here, so it's kind of sticky. Then I re-oiled this bar, put it all back up in there. So that's something you may have to do if this is not gliding good and it's kind of bumpy. Just go ahead and take these out, clean that up. So that's something you're going to have to do anyway when you get one of these. Once in a while you're going to have to come take that cover off and grease these rails, grease these bearings. There's also this mechanism here that controls the depth of the slice. So what that does, it moves this back fence, and you can see that glides on some rails also. I'll show you something else here. When you make this adjustment here, so you're moving this part of it, and you see how that's moving. And there's also this stop wheel here. So if you want to make your slices thicker, just back that stop off. This is something that's in the package. You have to put that on yourself. And then, so you can make your slice thicker, which mine doesn't seem to want to go past this point right here. Just that not the greatest. Here it says 0 right there. So maybe that sticker's not on the right place. Thicker that way, thinner that way. Also, these numbers here don't seem to be on there very well. Just that little bit of oil on my finger is kind of smearing the numbers. But I guess you can adjust this. Make a slice and then figure out how thick you want it. Probably what you're going to end up doing, not rely on those numbers because they'll probably wear off after a while. But I just thought I'd show that problem I was having with it and how I fixed it. Now it glides real good. No problem at all. So don't send it back. Just take that bottom cover off. Clean all the grit out of there. All little metal shavings. Here's some more. Look, that fell out the bottom. You might want to do that. Just open the bottom up and see if there's metal shavings inside there before you even start using it, because that may interfere. Some of the metal shavings get inside, like these relays here, or if they fall inside these metal contacts here, that might cause a problem for getting in your motor. So I'd go ahead and take that bottom off and clean it out right away. All right, we smoked our bacon on the Pit Boss yesterday, so we got us a meat slicer. We're gonna slice some of this up. We got 2 big slabs. I bet you there's about 20 pounds of bacon here. I kind of wanted to show this part because the table on these slicers, this is a 10-inch one. They did have a 8-inch and 7-inch or something, 9-inch, and they had a 12-inch. I was thinking of getting a 12, but then I thought we're not going to use it that much. We can cut the bacon slabs in half. So here's what our bacon slabs measured out. 10 inches there. Here, probably about 11. You can only fit a certain amount on here. You can fit like 8, probably 8 inches that way. And then your slab this way, probably about 8 inches is all you can fit on there. All right, we're gonna slice this up. It has a lock right here. You can lock it in a certain position and it stays up. And you kind of just, you can do that. Or you got these little stickers here. You can stick into your meat, which I'm just gonna let it slide. So I got it set on about 5mm. Let's get that little button on there. Does the meat come out? That way it's flying somewhere. All right, we've got a slice here. It's about 8 inches. We're gonna take the small one off of there and just see how it does with the 8-inch long. Boy, some greasy bacon. You want to do a thinner? I'm gonna turn this dial down here and I'm gonna make it, boy, it's hard to turn when it's greasy. I'm gonna go with number 3 there and we'll just see. So when you adjust that thickness there, you can adjust this little support here, bring that in, and then tighten that locking nut there. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna press a button down here. There's a little start button. Okay, here we go. You ready? So this is a little longer piece, a little thinner. How do you like the thickness on that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay, that's a number 3. All we do is you'd have to get some kind of rhythm going here where you see your bacon coming down and then just play it.
Yeah, as long as you ain't recording.
Tell you what, it makes good slices. It's pretty quiet. It's got a little bit of a hum to it, but besides that first piece that went flying across the kitchen, you could probably refrigerate your bacon a little more. See, ours is getting a little warm. See that fat is kind of... I think what we'll do is before we slice the rest of this, we're just trying some out. We're going to cook it up, see how it tastes, and we could smoke it more or leave it like it is. But I think we need to almost freeze it, get it a lot more stiff. Alright guys, so I started slicing the bacon. What I did is I took, because of the size here of this table, I took my pork belly and cut it in half. Cut my bacon in half so it fits on the table. I can just slice it down. I'm slicing it on 2 millimeters, and this is what I'm getting. It's a pretty good looking bacon. That's about the thickness I like it. So we're going to freeze it in packs like this, and it'll be ready to go. So this is about 7.5, 8 inches, and the original bacon was, you know, twice the width of this here. Alright, I'm getting ready to clean up the machine, slicing machine for the first time. So I adjusted the thickness of the slice so that the blade, you know, I got a little room in there for my fingers right here. I got a cut-proof glove. The manual doesn't say a whole lot. It just says to take this screw off the guard, and that's all it says. So I laid it down thinking, you know, it might be a little safer that way. Laid it on its back. Just, it's a regular thread, it's not a reverse thread. Okay. Some more small screws. I'm gonna get another wrench for that. Alright, so there's 3 little screws, and it's sitting on that stem, so it ain't gonna just fall off. But I found the blade is magnetic, but these screws are not. They must be stainless steel. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. It'd be nice to have 2 cut-proof gloves. I'll just get the one. I'd say stick your finger in here like that when you take the blade off. Then you're safe with it. You know, but still have a cut-proof glove. So that's it. I'm gonna put it in the water. That's the way you take your blade off. Okay, so we got the blade out, and there is no little groove in here to catch. I thought there'd be all like a groove in here where all the meat would catch and that. But not too bad. It looks like it'd be real simple. Just take a rag and wipe that out. And wipe off all your surfaces. That's it. Not too bad. That's just the sketchy part. I would lay like I did, lay the cutter down just so that gravity works, you know, in your favor here.